You have seen the Avengers assemble, but what if this iconic superhero team existed in a completely different world? Today I'm redesigning the original Avengers movie poster, but in the dark, gritty, realistic style of Christopher Nolan. He's one of the finest directors of Hollywood. He's the guy behind movies like Dunkirk, Inception, Interstellar, Oppenheimer, and Tenet. So, this is the Avengers poster we all know. It's with loud colors, heroic poses, and full of comic book energy. But Nolan's universe isn't about explosions, it's about control, realism, and intensity. So, let's step into that mindset and redesign it his way. I welcome you all to What If Poster Series. Let's fire Photoshop. So, first up is Captain America. He's the moral center, so he needs to stand strong and grounded. I position him dead center like a symbol of order in Nolan's world of chaos. Next is Hulk, a creature that's powerful but tragic, almost like a misunderstood force of nature, and placing right behind Captain. On the left, in order to balance the frame, comes in Iron Man, a tech genius but also the symbol of ego and control. Thor comes next, the god who feels out of place among mortals. I place him right underneath Iron Man but towards the left so they don't collide, adjusting the height and the other elements in the frame in order to give Thor the perfect place to stand. Now, Hulk has to be adjusted so that he goes towards the back. Now, to bring in the other team members, let's bring in Hawkeye. Taking out his selection and finishing the selection in the best way possible. And after the height is adjusted, let's bring in Black Widow. Black Widow and Hawkeye, as in the movie, they were the silent duo. They don't stand out with colors or powers, they blend with the world. So I keep them on the edges of the frame, adding balance, symmetry, and realism. After fixing the other elements a little slightly bit more so that they perfectly adjust themselves according to the other elements in the frame. After move Hawkeye up a bit, fix Hulk a little bit, and obviously fix and touch up the little things that are not in the perfect mask. Now, let's bring in Stark Tower. This time, Stark Tower is not shiny anymore. It's in a world where it's darker and grounded, like a skyscraper from Gotham or even a Tenet skyline. I add the structure behind them, reduce its brightness, and let it fade into the hazy, mysterious fog right behind every character. Now, just like in the original movie, Thor had sleeves, so I'll have to get the sleeves from the armor. As you know, it gives the perfect touch to the suit. I love the way they created the scales on his arms, so I need to bring those in. And now, since I got the perfect images, I will bring the sleeves, warp them up on the arm, and it's pretty simple, and repeating the same process that I did on the other arm. So, color grading them and adjusting lighting so that they blend in well with each other. Now, I have to repeat the same process and touch up each and every character in the frame in order to give them the perfect look. Now, Hulk is adjusted, Thor is adjusted. Next up is Black Widow. I have to adjust the lighting of Black Widow, adjust the shadows, bring in the perfect shadows from Hawkeye, and clean up the edges, obviously, in order to bring in the realistic and not so jaggy look to each and every character. Same goes with Hawkeye. I adjusted the shadows on Hawkeye, color graded him a little bit, and since I did not find Black Widow perfectly good yet, so I went back and tried to adjust the shadows a slightly bit more. Just like that. Now, just need to add in a little more shadows here and there and color grade things a little bit so that they match perfectly. Now, same goes with Captain America. Captain America is blending perfectly right now, but I still believe that he is a little brighter, so I need to give him that rim light and darken him up a little bit so that he matches with the background slightly better. Just like that. Now, since Iron Man that I found online was an action figure, or I would say like a toy, so I had to fix and fill in the areas where I think uh, it should have been, like the pieces should have been present. So that's what I did. Fixed up Iron Man and matched up the size once again, and now it looks great. Perfect. Same goes with Hulk. I had to touch up the edges a little bit, fix the highlights on Hulk. As we all can see, the light is coming from the back and some from a little right and left, but of course I had to do that. Now the shadowing on his abs and his body. I wanted to give Hulk like a little more muscular feel, so I tried to sharpen up the abs a little bit. And now I think Hulk looks great. Now, placing in the additional shadows that add the realistic touch to the environment near the car. And of course, Iron Man cannot fly without the thrusters, right? So we had to bring in the thrusters. Now things seem to be perfectly good. And let's move to Thor now. Adjusting the lighting of Thor a little bit more as the light is coming from the right of Thor and not towards the left. So adding in those shadows and making things a little bit more better. Now adding in the extra shadows towards the front and highlights on Iron Man to give that extra glow and extra crisp to the overall image. Next comes the desaturation part, pulling back those vibrant marble tones until the image feels cold and cinematic. Apply steel blue and charcoal gray grade across the whole frame, and immediately it feels real. Now adding in the credits, the cast, and the name of the movie until the final reveal. And here it is, the final redesign. The Avengers, reframed as a grounded superhero thriller, which stakes are higher and styles everything. It's not just a fight to save the world. It's about a story of time, fear, and sacrifice. And honestly, this design fits so naturally alongside posters that Nolan has done before. Just like these ones, posters of Inception, Tenet, and Interstellar. It almost feels like a Nolan actually made it. Let's put it side by side with the original Avengers poster. What do you guys think? Did I capture the Nolan energy or does the original still win? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'd love to know how well I nailed it. Would you watch this version of the Avengers? Let me know what movie I should redesign next. This is just one of the many in What If poster series. Hit like, subscribe, and join the Posterverse, where movies look the way you've never imagined before. Thanks.